training now that our quarterfinals finally here? How's the mood among the group?
Yeah, pretty excited. It's I guess it's been a long time since last year. We were very disappointed after the semi-final last year, and it was a long time out the back of that game to the start of Super Rugby this year, and we've worked really hard throughout the year, and there's a lot of excitement in the room at the moment, and the boys are in the gym at the moment going about their business. We've got one more session, so a session out here in the rain today to get everything right for the weekend.
The Highlanders, what kind of tasks do they present?
So physicality first and foremost. That's what we saw when we played them over in Otago earlier in the year. The boys came out of that game pretty bruised, pretty beaten up, and we're expecting much of the same. So their forward pack is pretty dominant with their carries, with their tackles, and around the breakdown. So we're prepping for that. They've also got some really dangerous players in their back line, across the board in their back line, sort of from 9 to 15. They're all very handy with ball in hand, so we've got our work cut out for us there. And then, yeah, we've identified in the meetings this morning and the meetings on Tuesday morning, we identified some opportunities for us that I'm probably not going to go into right now.
No group's ever quite the same year to year. The guys that are leaving, does it add a little bit of motivation every time when you get to this point in the season?
Yeah, we had a bit of an internal farewell to some of the players on Tuesday night, and it was quite emotional, and you can see what the club means to them, and we've certainly spoken about the opportunity that presents in front of us right now as a group, knowing that these games coming up for us are going to be the last games that we're going to have as a group. So yeah, it's a special time. We have got a really special group of players at the moment, and we want to make sure that we're putting our best performance out there for everyone in the club. The guys that are playing obviously have a job to do to make sure that they get that performance right, and the guys that aren't playing this weekend, they've got a job to do to make sure that they're preparing the team as best they can for the game.
The guys that are leaving the club, what kind of mark have they left on the Brumbies during their time?
Yeah, the guys that have left or the guys that are leaving are same as all the guys that have left in the past. They've given everything to the club. They wouldn't be a part of the club if they didn't have that in their nature. And we certainly thank we thank them all for everything that they've done. But you know, right now we've certainly got a big job in front of us, and you know, there'll be a presentation night after the season where those guys will get recognised properly.
Looking at your win-loss record, it's been pretty good this season, better than last season. Does it feel different coming into finals this year, do you think?
Not necessarily. I think we've scratched through a few games this year. I don't think that it's been clean performances. We've had a couple of clean performances, but the majority of the games this year have been games that we've had to work for, and they've been sort of scrappy throughout most of the game, and then the back end of the game we've found a way to win, and then we've reviewed those games pretty hard afterwards, knowing that there is a lot of work to do. So I felt throughout the season we've been learning from our mistakes. It's certainly different to last year. It might be a better position because we have had so many different situations that we've had to fight through, and you know, when you come to finals, there's going to be some unpredictability about the finals, and there's going to be a little bit more pressure on the team, and no doubt the game is going to be very tight, and that back end of the game, the last 15-20 minutes of the game, is going to be the telling period for the game.